Life is loud and busy. See if any of this sounds familiar to you. You wake up in the morning and you realize you've snoozed your alarm for the third time. So you get up really quick and you make a cup of coffee and chug it, and then you take 2 ibuprofen for that stress headache that just won't seem to leave you alone. You hurry to work and do the best you can, but you are a little bit late again. Your boss is not happy. You've still got 3 assignments due, and that's in the back of your head while you're trying to work. And your fridge is empty at home. You haven't grocery shopped in a while. But your stomach's been in knots from the stress anyway, so what's one more day running through the drive-thru? Wait, did you leave your wallet at home? If you relate to any of that, don't worry. I feel you. Anxiety kind of just becomes part of our day-to-day life, unfortunately. But it really shouldn't be. Welcome to Keep Coloring. I'm Kendall Young, and I'm definitely not a psychologist. I'm just a 24-year-old college student here to share some tips on what's got me through this really difficult balancing act we call young adulthood. In this short 5-episode podcast, I'm going to be sharing with you through the power of creativity and art therapy, we can unleash the mind and free ourselves from the chains of anxiety. Let's get started. So in order to address our anxieties, we need to know exactly what it is we're addressing. So what is anxiety? Anxiety is that persistent worry or fear that fills you with a sense of emotional and often physical distress. According to CFAH.org, 27.3% of Americans have anxiety problems. 31% of college students in the U.S. are actually diagnosed with an anxiety disorder. And get ready for this one, 94% of employees feel stressed out in their workplace. Constant unaddressed anxiety isn't healthy. Not only is it constantly uncomfortable, but it can lead to other health problems as well, such as insomnia, weakening of the immune system, and digestive issues. So what do? This is where we need to find some healthy coping mechanisms to calm the nerves and bring back our precious sense of calm. While breathing exercises are beneficial to bring your anxiety down, sometimes you need something a little more tangible. This is where we get to our creative outlets. There are many studies that show that art and health are connected to each other. This is why art therapy is so effective. And no, when I say art, I don't exclusively mean painting and drawing. Any creative outlet, whether it be music, photography, baking, woodworking, crocheting, coloring in a coloring book, it doesn't matter. They all have such a positive impact on your mental, emotional, and psychological health. Do you remember when you were a kid and you loved coloring? Even if you weren't quite coloring in the lines, it was still fun to scribble colors all over the page. This was the simplest form of a creative outlet. When I was a kid, I loved to color. I was really bad at staying in the lines, though. I remember laying in the living room floor with my mom, and we were coloring together in front of the TV. I was scribbling all kinds of colors all over my page, while my mom's picture was neat and all kept inside the lines. We both finished our pictures, and I was showing mine off and how proud I was of how beautiful it was. I didn't even seem to notice how messy it was. In my 5-year-old self's eyes, it was beautiful. Then as I started to get older, I started really caring about coloring inside the lines, making sure everything was perfectly lined up and pretty and exactly how it needed to be. So why am I telling you this? What is the point of the story? Well, no matter how we did it, no matter if it was in the lines or not, my mom and I both finished our pictures. This is a great metaphor of life for me. It doesn't matter if you're coloring in the lines today and outside the lines tomorrow. You're going to get your picture done one way or another. And it will be beautiful, however you decide to do it. Everything is going to be okay, as long as you just keep coloring. I'm Kendall, thanks for tuning in.